What if the next turn you take could be your last? Every day, millions of people drive roads designed for speed, safety, and convenience. But scattered across our world are roads that defy that idea completely. They twist along sheer cliffs, vanish under storms, cross deserts where help may never come, and snake through mountains that crumble without warning. Some kill with sudden violence, others with slow, creeping isolation. Together, they form a deadly collection of the most treacherous routes ever built. In this countdown, we reveal the 10 most dangerous roads on Earth, each a place where a single mistake or a twist of nature can change everything. Imagine a ribbon of asphalt that seems drawn by a madman's hand. 48 hairpin turns stacked back to back, climbing higher and higher into the Alps until your car feels like it's clinging to the sky itself. This is Italy's Stelvio Pass, peaking at 2,757 meters. Each curve hides the next, with almost no visibility and no time to breathe. For drivers, especially motorcyclists, it's not just a challenge, it's a gamble. Heavy snow and avalanches close the road for nearly half the year, and even in summer, the slick bends claim lives. Sports cars roar up the pass to test their limits, but many never make it down intact. On Stelvio, the view is breathtaking, but so is the danger. At first glance, it looks like a road built for a car commercial. A smooth 8.3 kilometers of highway hopping from island to island across Norway's stormy coast. But when the weather turns, the Atlantic Ocean road becomes a death trap. The Storesund Bridge, with its dramatic, almost vertical arch, often appears to drop into the ocean itself from certain angles. During autumn storms, massive waves slam into the road, crashing across car windshields and sweeping away anything in their path. Imagine driving across, blinded by spray, tires slipping on wet asphalt, with nothing but an angry sea on either side. Locals call it the road to nowhere. But for drivers caught in a storm, it might as well be the road to the end. Picture yourself inside a tunnel, barely wide enough for one car. The walls drip with water, the ground is slick, and just as you emerge, a boulder the size of a car slams down from above. This isn't a scene from a disaster movie. It's everyday reality on Taiwan's Taroko Gorge Road. Carved through marble cliffs, the road threads its way through a canyon constantly reshaped by earthquakes, landslides, and typhoons. Rockfalls are sudden and merciless. In heavy rains, entire sections collapse, sometimes trapping travelers between blocked tunnels. Every curve hides a question. Will the mountain let you pass, or will it come crashing down instead? A road that isn't paved at all. Just loose gravel and dirt cut into a cliff with no barriers, no guardrails, and no forgiveness. That's the Fairy Meadows Road in Pakistan, a 16-kilometer track leading to the base of Nanga Parbat, the Killer Mountain. At some points, it narrows so much that a Jeep's tires barely fit between rock and cliff edge. Below, a sheer drop of more than 1,000 feet into nothing. For locals, it's a lifeline. For outsiders, it's one of the scariest drives of their lives. Travelers say it feels less like driving and more like balancing on the edge of a knife. One wrong move, one loose rock, and you don't fall. You vanish. Few roads symbolize both human triumph and human peril like the Karakoram Highway. Called the eighth wonder of the world, it stretches 1,300 kilometers through the world's highest mountains, linking China and Pakistan. At its peak, the Zojila Pass, it rises to nearly 15,400 feet, where thin air alone can make drivers dizzy. But altitude is only one danger. The road is constantly hammered by rockfalls, avalanches, earthquakes, and floods from melting glaciers. During its construction, over 1,000 workers lost their lives. and even after it opened, nature kept claiming it. Most famously in 2010, when a landslide created Atabad Lake, swallowing 22 kilometers of highway. To drive the Karakoram is to wrestle with mountains that don't want you there. Sometimes the deadliest danger isn't cliffs or storms, it's monotony. Stretching 1,660 kilometers across the Australian Nullarbor Plain, the Eyre Highway includes the longest dead straight road on Earth, 146 kilometers without a single turn. It sounds easy until you realize that hours of unchanging desert scenery lull drivers into fatigue. Accidents here aren't dramatic, they're quiet, devastating drifts into oblivion. Add searing heat, endless emptiness, and the fact that a breakdown can leave you stranded hundreds of kilometers from help, and the Eyre becomes a road where survival depends on your mind as much as your machine. The Outback doesn't forgive mistakes. They call it an encyclopedia of highway distress, and for good reason. The Sichuan-Tibet Highway runs 2,416 kilometers from Chengdu to Lhasa, crossing 13 mountain passes, each more than 4,000 meters high. Drivers face not only thin air, but an environment in constant motion. The highway straddles 8 major fault lines, making it a bullseye for earthquakes. Landslides, avalanches and floods are common. At night, oxygen deprivation makes it hard to focus. By day, walls of rock can collapse without warning. To complete this road is to experience every danger a mountain can throw at you, compressed into one unforgettable, unforgiving journey. In Alaska, roads don't just challenge you, they test your survival. The Dalton Highway runs 414 miles through one of the most remote regions of North America, linking Fairbanks to the oil fields of Prudhoe Bay. Most of it is gravel, often covered in ice, and temperatures can plunge to negative 62 degrees Celsius. Truckers dominate the road, barreling through blizzards with supplies, but private vehicles, they're strongly discouraged. Breakdown here, and the nearest hospital could be 240 miles away. On slick grades as steep as 12%, with whiteouts reducing visibility to 0, a single slip can mean death in the freezing void. The Dalton isn't just a highway, it's an Arctic gauntlet. High in the Himalayas lies a road where every winter, snow walls higher than houses bury the path, and avalanches strike without warning. This is Zojila Pass, perched at 11,600 feet and known as the Mountain Pass of Blizzards. It's the lifeline connecting Kashmir with Ladakh, used by both civilians and the military. But it's only open half the year, and even then, the track is so narrow that convoys scrape by each other on ledges barely wider than a car. Snowdrifts, ice, and blinding storms make driving here feel like threading a needle in the dark. The danger is so great that India is building the Zojila Tunnel to bypass it entirely because the current road is a gamble no nation can afford forever. And then there's the road that defines danger itself, Bolivia's North Yungas Road, forever known as El Camino de la Muerte, the Death Road. Stretching just 60 kilometers, it drops from the cool Andes into the steaming Yungas jungle. At its narrowest, it's only 3.5 meters wide, barely enough for one vehicle. Yet for decades, buses and trucks loaded with passengers squeezed past each other, with sheer 2,000-foot drops yawning inches away. Before a bypass was built in 2006, the Death Road claimed 200 to 300 lives every year. Crosses still line the cliffs where vehicles vanished into the abyss. Today, adventure cyclists flock to it, chasing adrenaline, but dozens have died doing so. On the death road, the scenery is stunning, but the danger never left. From alpine switchbacks to Arctic tundra, from desert emptiness to jungle cliffs, these roads show that danger doesn't just lurk in speed or recklessness, it lives in the land itself. Engineers can build guardrails, carve tunnels, and even reroute highways, but geography always has the final word. Each of these roads is more than asphalt and gravel, they're monuments to survival. Reminders that in some places, every journey is a gamble against nature's odds. On these roads, death doesn't chase you, it rides shotgun.